Hi guys, and welcome to my WWE Extreme Rules 2019 reaction. Wow, got a lot to process here. What a crazy night, man. Oh my god, but really good though. I will say for the most part, really good pay-per-view. I really enjoyed most of the matches. Some great results, some interesting title changes. And yeah, for the most part, there's a few down points which I'll get to, but for the most part, this was a really good show. I think way better than Extreme Rules last year. And I think this was a very solid build and very solid final pay-per-view before SummerSlam next month. So yeah, let's get to it. So we'll start off with the pre-show. We got Finn Bala defending his IC Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. Yes, of course, this is now a feud that's fully in progression. Nakamura beat Bala on SmackDown Live in a very interesting match. He beat him clean, so I was like, okay, that was a big shock. So first off, pre-show match for these two though. These two should have had a main card spot. Pre-show for Bala and Nakamura. That's just an insult. Those two deserve better, but whatever. Yeah, match gets started, and then immediately we get a tag team match. And I'm like, a tag team match ad. You know, whatever. That's pre-show, isn't it? There was a few good moves here. Nakamura hits a sliding Nakamura hits like a snap German suplex, which looked pretty good. Finn Balor, he countered a Kinshasa via like the stomp. That looked really cool. Then Shinsuke Nakamura, he countered a coup de grace. It was awesome. Then he hits his own boom Kinshasa. I was like, okay, is Shinsuke actually going to win? And then 1, 2, 3. And Shinsuke Nakamura is your new IC champion. But where did that come from? What? Blimey? That's just... Yeah, Shinsuke's like that. Just your new IC champ. I thought for sure Bala was going to retain. No. Shinsuke won. It was only 7.5 minutes. It was too short. These two could have fought on twice that long match, twice that length, easily. But still, whatever. And yeah, poor Bala. That is 2 very forgettable championship runs he's had with the IC belt now. His first one where he was just on and off with Lashley, wasn't it? And then now he's had it like 3 months since WrestleMania and they've done nothing with him. Then they've finally done something with him, and he loses it to Shinsuke. It's like he only had one defense, I think, and that was to Almas as a Super Showdown. But yeah, but fair enough. Kudos to Shinsuke. This could be a big push he's sorely needed, but at the expense of Bala. Poor Bala, he just looks like a chump right now. But I assume there's gonna be a rematch maybe for a SummerSlam. So we will see. And on to the next match, we had a cruiserweight match. We had Drew Gulak defending his cruiserweight championship up against Tony Nese. And the crowd were fully behind Gulak. I think he was the hometown hero. They were booing Tony Nese. And this was about 7.5 minutes, about the same length, but it had some good spots, you know. So Gulak hit this really cool diving clothesline off the apron. There was a tag match ad again, pre-show, isn't it? Nese hits this cool moonsault on Gulak on the ropes. That looked really cool. Gulak kicks out of a 450 splash from Nese, but he hits the knees first. He botches it a little bit, looked painful. Tony Nese kicks out of a powerbomb, but then Gulak retains with a cyclone crash. Good match. Good 7-minute match. Could have been longer, like I said, with Bala and Nakamura, but it was a good match. And yeah, Gulak retains. Of course, he's going to retain. He only won it at Stomping Grounds. He wasn't going to lose it here. And yeah, Gulak retains. Not much more to say. It was a good match. Good match. Then on to the main show, and the match which kicked off it all. We had Undertaker and Roman Reigns up against Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon. And yeah, this started the show. What a match to start the show. And I was a bit trepidatious about this match. I was like, how is Undertaker going to do? Bit nervous, but my doubts were not justified because this Undertaker looked amazing. So I'm going to get onto it. So Roman and Drew start briefly, but then Taker and Shane come in. Then Taker starts to do all his moves. He hits an old school on Shane. And then we get a Taker and Drew stare down and maybe sowing the seeds for their potential feud, maybe at SummerSlam or WrestleMania. That was cool. But then when Undertaker he hits his old moves on Drew, he hits like an apron leg drop on Drew McIntyre. Then he gets a chair that trying to chase off Shane when he interrupts a pin. Then Roman and Drew tag back in. They have a short match for a bit. But then they start to beat up Roman for a bit, and then Taker comes back in as a hot tag. And then Elias comes in because Shane was about to get a last ride through a table, but then Elias, boom, comes in and stops Taker from hitting it. And then Drew, Shane and Elias start to dominate Taker and Roman, sadly. So So Drew claymores Roman and Taker out of nowhere. Then Shane hits a diving elbow from the top rope on Taker through the table. Then Shane hits the coast to coast on Taker with a bin. Boom! I'm like, oh, this is getting hard to watch. It hits the coast to coast on Taker. I was like, oh no, is Taker just gonna get squashed? I'm not looking forward to this. Oh no, come on. But then, as they're about to go for the pin, Taker just sits up and stares at Shane. That was fucking awesome. I was like, yes, go on, Taker. And then Roman spears Drew. Taker hits a tombstone on Shane. 1, 2, 3. Yes! That was a great way to end the match. I loved Taker. He looked really good here, Undertaker. He looked really strong. Really liked it. Yeah, he looked great. It was a good 17-minute match. Really enjoyed it. They proved me wrong. Taker looked great. He looked way better than he looked at Super Showdown. You know, he had like a black vest on that was covering all his chest, and he looked much better. I think he was much more at ease because he was with some great workers, we know, with Roman, Drew, and Shane, who could make him look like $1 million. So yeah, it was great, fantastic, loved it, and Shane gets his ass kicked too. So what's not to like? Great start to the show, and Undertaker. Oh yeah, he looked fresh, really great. Then on to the next match, we had Revivals versus Usos. Revival defending their tag belts. And not much to say here. Just a few good spots. Usos hit a double dive outside the ring early. It was a fast-paced match. They had great chemistry, these two teams, obviously. It was very solid indeed. It was 12 and a half minutes. You know, it was a very solid tag team match. These two teams have got such good chemistry. And these two probably are two of the best tag teams on the planet right now. You know, the Revivals certainly were in NXT. And the Usos have been that for years, haven't they? And they couldn't get that 7th tag team title yet, unfortunately, because the Revival hit a shat machine on one of the Usos and they retained. 1, 2, 3. Good match, really good match, really enjoyed it. Yeah, a solid tag team match, not much to say there, but yeah, Revival retain. Then we've got Aleister Black and Cesaro, dream match, and this was great. Yes, the Black goes for the Black Mass straight away, but Cesaro counters. Then he just does that thing, he just sits down, like does that he mocks Aleister Black, like, you know, the way Aleister Black sits down. Then Aleister Black hits an outside moonsault. Cesaro hits a springboard uppercut, looked really cool. Then he counters a double knees into an uppercut. Yeah, there were just some great spots. These two had great chemistry. Then Black, he hits a knee counter from a springboard stunner into Cesaro's face. Oh! Then Cesaro counters a knee bar into like a sharpshooter, and then a crossface. There were so many cool counters, so many cool different alterations these two did. I think it was great. There was a quiet "This is awesome" chant, but there was the first one of the night, and then Black wins with a Black Mass out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, really good match. It was a 9.5 minutes. Could have been a bit longer. Could have been a bit longer, but great match. Really good match. Some great spots. And I hope these two go at it again. Maybe I'd be down for a rematch somewhere down the line. But maybe if they give them more time, more of a feud, and it's over a title, it could be a match of the year contender. So yeah, but this was great, and it's obviously the first one for Aleister Black. Fantastic. Then we got a match which, yeah, I wasn't really bothered about. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross up against Bayley, defending her SmackDown Live Women's Tag Team Championships. Yeah, did not care about this match. I don't care about this feud. It's just Bayley's getting quite sour as champion for me. I don't really like Alexa Bliss all that much. The only person I like here is Nikki Cross, and I think she's just been wasted being Alexa Bliss's lackey. But whatever. See, it was a handicap match, and they just team up on Becky. It was like a slow beat down. They trap her in the apron. At one point, they start beating her up. And Bayley starts to fight back eventually. She starts to get some offense back. She hits a cool double submission at one point on both of them. She counters a twisted Bliss. Then she hits an elbow drop on Nikki Cross. 1, 2, 3. And retains. Yeah, it was fine. It was 10 and a half minutes. Yeah, and Bayley's like, yeah, retain. And she just walks off. Does make Alexa and Nikki look a bit weak. They had to, even together, they couldn't beat Bayley, which they should have been easy because it was a 2-on-1 handicap match, but whatever. And yeah, no surprises at the end. No Sasha Banks return. She didn't come back. And no Alexa or Nikki Cross turn on each other. Not that hasn't happened yet, which I think it should have by now. But yeah, it was fine. But it was just a match. Yeah. One of the weaker matches on the show, I think. Yeah. Oh boy, then on to a match I've got quite a few notes for. That was nuts. We have Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman in a last man standing match. This was insane. K&L. Hardly any of this match was in the ring. So it just got straight to the action. Bobby just starts beating up Braun. Then Bobby spears Braun. Braun does this, the run around the ring. Bobby just boom spears him. Then they start fighting out into the audience. Most of this match was out in the audience or out in the arena areas. And yeah, Bobby just starts whacking Braun with chairs and the stairs. And they go out into the arena area where all the fans are getting merchandise and all that and drinks and there was suplexes and all that. It was all Bobby. Bobby was just dominating the match for this first third of the match. But then Braun throws Lashley into a merch stand. It was awesome. Then they start to go back into the arena down the steps, beating each other up, but then Lashley grapples Braun, boom, through the barricade. Oh, it was just two big meaty boys going on. I bet Vince was in the back going, oh my God, everyone get out right now. Oh, this is amazing. But that was Vince in the back right then, we're watching these two. And then Bobby, he buries Braun under one of the announce tables. Like, that'll do it. But no, Braun beats the count. And then Braun throws Lashley into the international announcers tables. He just throws it's like Funaki and all the Italian and French commentators getting squashed by Bobby. That was pretty cool. And then to finish the match, they go up to one of the sections off. It was cordoned off, and it was like a big pit with like a big little mini thing in it. And then Braun just goes and then power slams Bobby, woo, and they just vanish. You don't see it. Just power slams Bobby into a pit, boom, gone. And then you're waiting. This ref's doing the count, and then at like 8, Braun bursts out, and Braun wins. He gets up, and Bobby's still down. So yeah, Braun wins the last man standing match. It was great. 17.5 minutes of just two big boys going at it all around the arena. Really great. I did predict Bobby to win, but yeah, I think I was stupid. Lashley, Strowman's going to retain. He needed a win, and I think now Paul Heyman's in charge of writing Raw. I think he's going to give Braun a big push now in the coming months. So, yeah, great match. Probably one of the best matches of the night. It was really, really good. They've made me care. Hats off to WWE. This was a feud I did not give a shit about when it happened at Super Showdown, and now it's one of the best matches and one of the best feuds on Raw at the minute. So, congrats to both guys. It was great, really good. And then on to the next match, we had a triple threat tag team match: The New Day and Heavy Machinery up against the SmackDown Live tag team champions, the Planet's champions, Braun, as I call them, Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. So Braun and New Day start for a little bit, but then of course all three teams start to get good spots. Tags in, tags out, and all that. Heavy Machinery once again looked amazing. They had some great spots. They're clearly grooming them for a big championship run at one point, or a big championship thing. They were great. Tucker looked amazing. Tucker, I think, gets forgotten about because Otis is so funny, but Tucker looked amazing. He was doing some really funny spots. Otis Dozovich is just the man. I love Otis Dozovich. He was so funny. There was some very near falls. There was a great counter from Big E. From a yes lock, I think he just whacks Brian. He goes hulks up, and then the New Day win. Yeah, they pin. I think they pin Rowan or Brian. I can't remember, but they win. And the New Day are now 6-time tag team champs, and this was surprising. I really thought Planet's champions were going to retain. Yeah, I did not like this actually, because I don't think the New Day did not need them, to be honest. They did not need the belts. They're 6-time tag team champions now. I think the Planet's champions of Rowan and Brian were a great thing. They could have kept them going for a bit longer. And I think, and also this just pretty much confirmed that Kofi was retaining against Joe, because why would they? Because now all the New Day can hold belts. It was obvious. So yeah, and it was 40 minutes though. It was a good match, but not a big fan of New Day winning the belts and becoming 6-time champs. I think they should have kept it on the Planet's champions for another month at least, but whatever. At least all the New Day hold belts now. Yeah, and it was a very solid 40-minute match. Very good. Then we got another great match. We just got getting great matches. It was great. Then we got AJ Styles up against Ricochet. Yes, Ricochet defending his United States Championship. Yes, really good match. Really good. It was 16.5 minutes. And yeah, I think this was a great first act to what I hopefully will be a great feud between these two. But this was a great, well, not first. They've had matches on Raw, haven't they? But they were like previews. This was the first big pay-per-view match that was 16.5 minutes. So yeah, so before we started, Gallows and Anderson attacked Ricochet before the bell, and AJ's like, no, get off. I want to fight myself. But yeah, and then the match started, and it's so great. Obviously, it was going to be great. What did you expect? Ricochet, one of the best wrestlers on the planet, and it was all his high-flying moves, and AJ Styles, one of the best wrestlers on the planet right now. These two, they're great workers. There was great selling, great offense. They were both selling like crazy for each other. Loads of near falls and counters. It was really good. There was a top step. There was this really cool top rope shooting star from Ricochet. AJ kicks out. But Gallows and Anderson did help AJ a lot throughout the match, interfering here and there. And then onto the finish, Gallows and Anderson, they stop Ricochet from hitting a 630 on AJ. They stop him. And then AJ takes the advantage, and he hits this really cool like corner top rope Styles clash. Oh, it was sick. Like pull, and then 1, 2, 3, and AJ Styles wins. Holy fuck! I did not see that coming. Ricochet only won the belt of Stomping Grounds. Lots of title changes in this show, crazy title changes. This is now the third title change of this show. What was it, the third or fourth here? Yeah, crazy. And now AJ Styles wins his third United States Championship. Yeah, really surprising. I really thought Ricochet was going to retain, since he only won the belt at Stomping Grounds, but I guess they had to push AJ, because AJ hasn't had a lot of wins this year in terms of pay-per-views, has he? So I think he needed a win, and now they've reformed the club. They need to make him look strong. So yeah, fine. I'm down for this. If it leads to an amazing match between these two at SummerSlam, then I'm down for it. But yeah, great match. These two this was a great stop. This was like the perfect appetizer. Now give me the main course at SummerSlam. These two can pull off a 20-minute classic at SummerSlam. I know they can. And yeah, AJ won. Fair enough. Surprising, but I'm not too bothered with it, because I love AJ. So yeah, and hopefully this leads to an amazing match at SummerSlam. Yeah. Then on to a match which wasn't really a match. It was more of an angle. But we had Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. Just a match that got announced on the pre-show. And yeah, KO hits a stunner right away. 1, 2, 3. 17 seconds. Hits a stunner. Done. It's a squash. Poor Dolph Ziggler. Just looks like a loser completely. But I guess they're really pushing KO now, aren't they? Really pushing him with all those pipe bombs he's been cutting on SmackDown. And now he just squashes Ziggler here. Then he cuts a promo on Shane. He goes like, just pull another pipe bomb on Shane. He makes me sick. I want him gone. So I think we're definitely get sowing the seeds for a Shane and KO feud for SummerSlam. It's going to happen. We're definitely going to. And it's probably going to be a stipulation there, isn't there? Like if KO wins, Shane never wrestles again or something like that. So, but yeah. It was definitely more of an angle or more of a promo spot than an actual match. Then on to the last two matches, and then so yes, the next match. Oh, we had it's a singles match for the WWE Championship. Oh, shut up, bird. Yes, Samoa Joe going up against Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston defending his belt. Oh, boy, I'm not gonna get angry. I'm not gonna get angry. No, Adam, come on. So yeah, Joe cuts a promo before the entrance. He's like, Kofi, I'm going to take your title. And of course, Joe is one of the best promos in the whole company. He's just amazing. And then the match gets started. Kofi comes out throwing fucking pancakes. Like, this is one thing. I'm getting a little bit sour on Kofi now, because he just acts like nothing. He acts like nothing serious. Like, Joe's been beating him up this whole feud, like on ramps, choking him out, and then he comes out, hey, pancakes, yeah, like nothing matters. Like, yeah, I'm just an idiot. I'm a happy idiot. Yeah, new day, pancakes. Yeah, it's like, come on, take something serious, Kofi. Fucking hell. Well, book him, guys. Fucking hell. But anyway, yeah, and Joe just dominates the match. But most of this match, Joe just dominates. Yeah, Kofi can barely get any offense in. Joe just keeps shutting him down, hitting all his big power moves. And Kofi, there was a cool spot, because Kofi went to Joe on SmackDown. So Joe took Kofi's finger and then boom on the steel steps. I was like, ah, like, looked painful. Fortunately, the crowd were a bit dead at this point. I think they were just quite tired, and maybe they were saving themselves for the main event. But yeah, the crowd were really quiet for this match. But yeah, there were some good spots. A few before the match finished. Joe kicked out of an SOS, I was like, okay. But then just when Joe's on the dominate, he counters a Trouble in Paradise into a clutch, but then a pretty cool looking senton. But Kofi gets out of it, of course, and then out of nowhere, Trouble in Paradise on Joe, boom. 1, 2, 3. Kofi retains. Didn't like that. Didn't like this. I mean, we all knew Kofi was retaining, but Joe just looks like a chump right now. He dominated all of this match, more or less. Kofi only got a few moves in here and there. It was only 9.5 minutes. 9.5 minutes. Come on. This should have been at least 5 minutes longer. Joe just looks like a chump now. It's just another clean loss for him. I knew Kofi was going to retain, but I wanted this to be like a DQ finish or a count out. So at least Joe's semi-protected, because the last thing he needed was just another clean loss. And he's just taken one. So Joe's been buried. Where do you go from here with Joe? Like, you just can't take him seriously as a competitor anymore. I fucking love him. He's my bae. He's my favourite wrestler on the roster. But he just keeps getting losses, man. And where does he go from here? Unless they're going to do a rematch at SummerSlam, which I doubt now, because Joe just lost clean in 9 minutes. Even though he dominated all of the match. Man. But yeah, I knew Kofi was retaining, because the minute the New Day got the belts, so all the New Day now have belts. Hooray! But I'm starting to go a bit sour on Kofi and his title reign now. No fault to him, just the way he's booked as champion. Yeah, so maybe, I think Kofi's probably going to lose the belt, maybe at SummerSlam. I don't know, we will see, but poor Joe. Poor fucking Joe. To the main event match. Yes, well, now I've got a lot to talk about here, let's get to it quickly. So we had Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins defending both of their belts up against Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin. A lot to talk about here, so let's get to it. So Becky and Lacey start for a little bit, they do some cool spots, but start to dominate. They dominate Lacey and Corbin in the early parts of the match. Then there was a really cool kendo stick part where Becky and Seth start whacking Lacey and Corbin with kendo sticks. Like, yeah. But then Baron and Seth have a match for a bit. Baron starts to dominate Seth for a little bit. But then Becky and Lacey come back and all that. There was a really cool back exploder onto the chairs. There was like a leg drop on Lacey on a chair. Looked sick. But then Lacey gets some offense back in. Becky kicks out of a moonsault. And then Lacey and Corbin get some revenge. They start whacking Seth with kendo sticks together, like double teaming him. They both hit a double choke slam together on Becky and Seth. That was pretty awesome. Then there was this double suplex on the ramp outside the ring on Lacey and Seth. That Lacey and Corbin looked really cool. Then we got like a double table spot. Both of them are lying on a table. Lacey and Corbin. Becky hits a leg drop on Lacey through the table. Seth hits a frog splash on Corbin through a table. It was awesome. And then they go back in the ring, and then Corbin just doesn't sell it. He just deep sixes Seth. Then he's nearly gets the 3 count, but Becky stops it. I'm like, a deep six shouldn't beat Seth. Come on, whatever. It's not a finisher. But then Corbin out of anger, he hits an end of days on Becky. Oh shit, man! Are we actually gonna get proper in the gender wrestling now? They're sowing the seeds. He hits an end of days on Becky. The crowd are like, whoa! And Seth's just like, you son of a bitch! You can see him swearing on commentary. See him swearing, and Seth just is like, he goes nuts. He starts beating the crap out of Seth. He hits 3 curb stomps in a row. 1, 2, 3, yes, and it was a great finish. Seth was like, fuck you, don't hit my girl again. Great. Great way for Seth to retain. You think retain, yeah. So Becky and Seth win. Seth's like, oh, and then you think that's it, and then boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, boom. Oh god, he's actually gonna do it. I was like, no, it's a tease. And then no, Brock Lesnar comes out ready, and he cashes in. He actually cashes in, and I thought for a minute, but is Becky gonna help Seth? Is Becky gonna hit a low blow on Brock? I thought for a minute, wouldn't that be amazing? Becky hits a low blow on Brock and saves Seth. But no, it didn't happen. That Brock just starts suplexing Seth. F5, 1, 2, 3. And your new Universal Champion and 3-time Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar. Man. I'm torn about this. I'm torn because I do love Brock, and Seth's Universal Championship run was getting pretty weak. They just kept booking him in matches with Corbin, so it wasn't. Yeah, and it is a cool spot. So now Brock is now a 3-time Universal Champion, and I do not see Brock losing the Universal Championship till probably Royal Rumble season, because he already lost this year to Seth at WrestleMania, so they're not going to have Brock lose 2 pay-per-view matches in a year. No way. So it's bad news, because now the Universal title is now back on a part-timer. And it was going to happen. We all knew Brock was going to successfully cash in, but I really thought he was going to cash in on Kofi, not Seth. because now the belt's just back on Brock, and I don't think Brock obviously going to. He's obviously going to be at SummerSlam. We all know that, but he's going to retain on SummerSlam, and then he's not going to appear probably until Survivor Series after that. So yeah, it's just back on a part timer. I'm torn. I'm torn. It was a good angle, but I do think it was a bit of a way to finish what was, for the most part, a really good pay-per-view. I really enjoyed it, but yeah, I think a lot of fans are just like, oh, Brock again, just. So we will see what happens. It would be amazing if he just loses it straight away at SummerSlam, but I think Brock's going to hold the Universal title for a good few months at least. So, but that was it. That was Extreme Rules, and for the moment, it was a really good show with some shock title changes. A great show for the most part. A few little down points here and there, but for the most part, really good show. Quite a few title changes now. I'm very much looking forward to SummerSlam in August. Can't wait to see what's going to happen. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Been a long video, I apologise, but lots to talk about, obviously. 12 matches, so yeah. I'll be back with Callum. Definitely be back with Callum. He's back now, so I'll be back with Callum. Probably at the very end of July or the very beginning of August with our SummerSlam prediction video. Oh yes, SummerSlam. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all for SummerSlam. Bye.